And welcome back to Dragon Ball Z What If? What if Frieza adopted the little monkey Goku? Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Earth wasn't looking too good. Goku had come and pretty much taken care of King Piccolo without knowing that taking care of King Piccolo means you took care of Kami, which means there are no Dragon Balls anymore. King Piccolo has also pretty much made mincemeat of most of the Z fighters at this time on the planet. And Goku has basically stated that you'll be given one galactic week in order for you to vacate the premises of this planet. In which time, my father, the great Lord Frieza, shall commandeer this planet and take it under new ownership. Thank you and goodbye. More or less. Frieza's like, very good, my son. Now, a galactic week. How long would we say a galactic week could be, hypothetically? Honestly, why don't you make it the same? Galactic Week turns out to be a 7-day period. Just for simplicity's sake. I'm just making the Galactic Week shit up for Dragon Ball. Now, that being said, there is such a thing as galactic time in other medium, like in Black, actually, we have one interstellar hour, or one interstellar week to respond. It's like, how long is that? About an hour. And so, Goku is now left to kind of observe Earth until Frieza shows up. Now, while this is going on, Popo, who's freaking out, like, we must do something. Kami, we will avenge you, Kami. And then he thinks there's still a couple warriors down on Earth. Okay, let's go. So Yamcha and, as I mentioned, Yamcha and Krillin, I do believe are still alive right now. Krillin probably took over for Roshi after his death and became the new teacher of the Hermit School. He tried to, get strong enough to beat King Piccolo, but he never could get that strong. Still, he is probably stronger here than he is in the canon, by a decent margin. Like, King Piccolo probably was more like 500-600 in terms of his power at this point. Krillin is probably closer to more like a 400. Krillin also knows he could not beat him. Yamcha also has been probably training harder, probably closer to like a 250-300. There are also a couple other warriors you could go towards. As I said, Chaozu's gone, Roshi's gone, Gohan's gone, Shen is probably gone, and Tien is gone. Did I say Tien already? Chaozu, Tien, Roshi, Shen. Yeah, all of, like, the main hitters are gone. Yajirobe's been hiding, but Yajirobe is not really a martial artist. So there really aren't a lot. There is Mercenary Tao, but honestly, with the destruction of the Red Ribbon Army, Tao is probably gone as well. So really, it does come down to Goku, Krillin, and Yamcha. And so they have been in hiding for a while. Yamcha, or Popo, comes down and says, greetings, humans. My name is Mr. Popo. Please come with me. We have a little time to prepare. Wait, who are you? What's going on here? It's like, all you need to know is this: King Piccolo is no more. He's been killed. But in the wake of that, the creator of the Dragon Balls was also slain. This caused the Dragon Balls to deactivate. And now we have only a week before a monstrous power comes and invade this planet. And Popo and Krillin and Yamcha should still be able to sense power at this point. They can sense how strong Kakarot is, which is, like I said, around 40 grand without his tail turning him into an ape. So they are brought to the lookout. It's like, we only have a week, so we must get as much time in as possible. For what? To train you. Now come with me. This is the hyperbolic time chamber. Excuse me. It is a pocket dimension located here on the lookout. In here you can get full use training in 1 day. 1 day? Right, but you can only go in there twice. By the way, I don't recall why that was the limitation. I know you can only spend a year in there at a time, roughly speaking, because it only has enough food for 2 people at any given time. And then I believe it magically resets the food. But, excuse me, oh god. But I don't actually remember why you could only go in there twice. Maybe it was just a safety precaution. I don't 100% know, to be honest. What I do know is that they realize we don't have much of a choice, and so they go in, and their training commences. Now, unfortunately for them, a giant chunk of their training is just going to be acclimating to the gravity of the hyperbolic time chamber. Now, we know that it didn't take them long, Yamcha, Tien, and Chaozu, to be able to move in that gravity on King Kai's planet, which had the same gravity. But they are also much stronger at that point than say Goku was when he showed up. In fact, Chaozu was even stronger than Goku was when he showed up. But Chaozu, as far as we could tell, could move relatively fine. I am a little fuzzy on how well he was moving. But yeah, Chaozu was able to move all right. So any individual who, roughly speaking, is probably around a power level close to like 700 or is accustomed to the gravity should be fine. So that being said, even Gohan, who had base power level in the millions at that point, even like buckled a bit because he wasn't used to the gravity. So maybe that doesn't mean jack. Who knows? But what we do know is these two would start training. They'd be spending time getting used to the gravity. They would come out and then go back in again. And they would come out again, only this time they are now this time they're used to the gravity and are really putting in the training. Now they're going all out, balls to the wall on the training. And when they get out from the hardest core training they've had in their life, they are far superior to anything we've seen on planet Earth to this point. That would be including Kakarot. Now, wow, to a degree, Kakarot. See, I imagine Krillin, whose power right now I say would be around 400, at first only going to like 3, maybe 4,000, getting at best the times 10 because he has to acclimate to the gravity. After that, now you're going all in on it, man. You are going full on training. So Krillin is probably hitting a full 100 grand. Yamcha isn't quite as strong as Krillin in any sense in any sense. But he's still relatively close. He's around 80,000. So they get out just in time for them to sense, oh man, that power level is nuts. Granted, they're only sensing a fraction of Frieza's power, but based on it, we can take them. There's a lot of high level power guys there too, including the one here on Earth. Meanwhile, let's backtrack a little bit here. Goku has been waiting for his dad, waiting for his father. He's been doing it. He's been observing these people, and yeah, he sees that these people they're not all great. There's certainly some of them aren't, but he's also met some guys in Frieza's forces who are not wonderful people either. But he's also seeing a lot of just life and love, and also noticing that no one's trying to escape. And he eventually meets the king of the planet again. Saying, "Well, we gave you guys the Galactic Week. There's a reason you're not trying to get out. We have no method of space travel on this planet that could allow us to find a new home. This is our home. We will either live with it or die with it." And Goku is just, we are not a perfect species, but we do. But there is good among us, and one day hopefully we can reach a point of true peace and unity. That is my goal. And Goku was contemplating, really thinking about it. With every other planet, they've all just kind of just screamed, yelled, fought back, whatever. Here, though, they're standing their ground. A, because they can't go anywhere, but B, because this is their home. This is their planet. And this puts Goku's worldview all up and just completely on tilt, because he's never really considered the ramifications of his actions before. He's always just done what his father said, believed what his father said. And again, Frieza is pretty much his dad here. Believed what his father said, that what they were doing was right. And so, he's been thinking this whole waiting period. But eventually he senses his father's ship coming. Vegeta, Nappa, and Raz are actually, out doing their own thing. They're not bothering to show up for this. Not even the Ginyus are bothering to show up. And so Frieza really only has his, B squad. Actually, technically, Vegeta. No, yeah. A squad would be, your frontliners, and then B squad would be your secondaries, and then your C squad would be your below there. The Saiyans would be Frieza's B squad, or C squad. Zarbon and Dodoria are the B squad, and then the Ginyus are the A squad. So it's so this is planet Earth. I must admit, it's not all that. It looks better from the view, it looks better from space, to which Goku just looks at. Actually, there's many different environments. What do you call him, my lord? My sire. It is actually, or my lord, whatever, of dad. There's actually many different environments on this planet. We're only in a wasteland area. Oh, really? Well, let's take a little trip then, shall we? And then they go around and say, oh, you're right, Kakarot. There are many lovely lovely beaches, beachfront, beautiful mountainsides. Ooh, we could sell this for a mint. So it's like, yeah. And then he's about to, it's like, what's on your mind, Kakarot? Well, it's just, and all of a sudden their scouters, hold on. All of a sudden, their scouters, just, oh my. Not quite that one, if you heard that, not the impossible. But, oh my, that seems, Kakarot, I thought you said you cleared out all the strongest ones on this planet. I did. The strongest one only had a power level of about 600 or 700. I don't even know where these guys came from. You want to know where we came from? And they're just standing up there. We came from this planet. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, we figured that. We're just wondering where you were when Kakarot came and just cleared out the problem folk. Which, by the way, Kakarot, did you clear out the planet, as I ask? And Kakarot says, I gave him the ultimatum like I always do, Father, but unfortunately, they didn't want to go. They care about this world too much. They don't have the ability to travel in space like we do. But perhaps we could offer them some ships to find a place. Oh dear, you're still a little too soft, my son. You see, it's much easier to clear them out when you just do it yourself. So, why don't you just stand back and let Daddy go to work? And, they all go, and they start, as Frieza's forces just start slaughtering, or attempt to go start slaughtering people. And Kakarot's actually shocked at this, because he's actually never seen his dad go to work, except after the fact when either a plant's been nearly killed, or against individuals who look like they're like a resistance or a problem. Here, though, he can tell these are innocent people living their lives, and his dad's just going to go say, wait, you're what? And before Kakarot can say anything, Krillin and Yamcha come in and say, yeah, I think you clearly aren't paying attention. There's no way we're letting you near our planet. Hey, they power up to full power. Oh, my. Wait a minute. Oh, I mean, yeah, over 8,000. But, oh my, they are quite powerful indeed. Ooh, 80,000, 100,000. My word, only Ginyu's power surpasses them, and even not by much. I must admit, finding warriors of your caliber is exceedingly rare these days. Perhaps I could extend a business proposition for you. Why not come and join my fair? Join the Frieza forces. We have many benefits, and you'll be part of the strongest fighting force in the galaxy. What say you? I say, shut up! And then Goku tries again. Goku is just, you're the one who didn't brought this on to us. You're the one who brought him here. Then Krillin just headbutts him, and just starts beating on Goku, like seriously beating on Kakarot. Kakarot's only got a power level of 40k, whereas these guys now at least double him. Goku is now just being beat to hell, getting the snot beat out of him. And so he's just, my word, my son, it pains me to see you this way. Very well, don't worry. Take some time. Father will take care of this now. And he just comes in, and Frieza starts wailing on them. Just boop, Yamcha, it's like, well, you seemed a bit interesting for a while, but unfortunately, you're not really. If you're the strongest this planet has to offer, you're hardly a threat to me. Dad, stop it! Stop it! We can't do this. Is this what we've been doing this whole time? Of course, Kakarot. What do you think our job is? I went along with your little idea of talking them out because it created more buyers down the line, and it worked brilliantly. But sometimes to make an omelet, you have to break a couple space eggs. It's like, no, Dad. It's like, Dad, we can't do this. Like, oh, I was afraid this day would come. You see, and he just kind of tossed Krillin aside. Right? You see, boy, there's something I should really tell you. I despise being called your father. I adopted you because I felt you'd be useful, and you have proven your worth time and time again. I have been exceedingly grateful for it. But to call me your father makes my skin crawl every time I hear your voice. Now then, if you don't mind, let's give now that we understand what our relationship is, perhaps we can get back to perhaps I can get back to the task at hand. Oh yes, you. And he just starts to make a death. All of a sudden, he just sees a white light, and the false moon comes up, and then boom, he gets smacked by. And Goku is now just in the pure, unadulterated rage. Unfortunately, not a Super Saiyan type rage. No, the type of rage we'd be talking about here is not a Super Saiyan rage. Just starts kind of wailing on Frieza a little bit, although eventually Frieza just starts dodging it. He's just kind of holding Goku's Ozaru form back, who would be about 400k at this point for his power level. He would be strong enough to contend with Frieza pretty effectively, actually. Frieza's still very much the stronger of the two. And once he's now not taken by surprise, he finally just rushes in, boom! It's like, oh, my dear boy. I had a feeling this day would come. Just starts wailing on him. Krillin throws a Destructo Disc at him from a distance. Like, oh, please. That nearly takes off. Like, that's attack you. Tell you what, since you've proven yourself to be a little bit more tricky to dispose of than I thought, I'll treat you to a little show. I'll take a glimpse into my true power. And powers up into... Now then, Kakarot, and I don't believe I ever caught your name, so nor do I care. I think it's time we end this. And then she comes in, just... Boom! And just literally just... plows right through Goku's stomach and just holds it, blows him up from the inside, and Goku is killed. Meanwhile, Krillin and Yamcha are just like, they just get wiped out, and then Frieza's remaining forces come and wipe the entire planet out. Yeah, believe it or not, this is going to be the end of this What If, folks, because after that, we cut now to years down the road. He sold the planet Earth. Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa still work under him and are still getting stronger, but they also know they can't take him. And Babidi does ultimately come down. Now, I can't remember. Remind me if Boo was locked on Earth or he brought Boo to Earth. I think he was on Earth is what happened. And so he ultimately does resurrect Boo. It takes forever, but he resurrects Boo, who goes, through the galaxy, starts wiping out planets, whatnot. Ultimately, I think runs into Frieza and probably absorbs Frieza. Just, and me turn you into chicken nuggets. Like, I like you from existence. Existence. A goal, a purpose without a meaning, a word without a meaning. Boo turn you into chicken nuggets. And so ultimately, Boo runs rampant through the universe. King Cold is taken care of. Like, they're all taken care of. If Frieza had the gall to actually train for a little bit, sure, but Frieza never felt the need to train until the Saiyans and all that. And so this would all happen until Beerus decides to wake up, eradicates Boo, goes back to sleep, and then all the universes get wiped out by Zeno, who was considering to wipe out the universes anyway, if it hadn't been for the turn of his power, giving him a good view at the universes. So, in essence, if Goku, in my opinion, had been adopted by Frieza, this would go bad very fast. Because first off, if he's not on Earth and there's no one else on Earth, a lot of Earth's history gets mucked up. Red Ribbon Army runs rampant, then King Piccolo is either barely taken care of, but you don't have a very strong fighter on the planet, or never taken care of, so there's that. And not only that, you have probably a very strong, probably the strongest non-Ginyu fighter among Frieza's forces in Kakarot, but someone who wouldn't be strong enough to take on Frieza, even if hypothetically I had given Goku the Super Saiyan transformation here, hypothetically, I only would have gotten him to 2 million. That would not have been enough to beat Frieza, because Goku would have given Frieza another chance, because despite all the rage he's feeling, he was still an adoptive father, which means Frieza would have gone to Form 2, Form 3, and ultimately he would have gotten to his final form, his true form, which would have been stronger than the Super Saiyan form at that point. And it really would still have ended the same. There's a theoretical scenario where he could have killed Frieza at that point, but I don't think that'd be the case here, because I don't even think he'd hit Super Saiyan, and that's the big key thing here. His Azar form would give a temporary boost, but that's about it. But I digress. What do you think? If you would to continue this, how would you think you'd go past this point and continue to tell an effective story past, the scenario I put that was the point of no return? But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll, I guess, be starting another What If on Saturday, and I already know which one I'm going to do because I gave a poll when I did the Yu-Gi-Oh lead swap. But what if Jaden had either the Legendary Dragons or if Joey was a Red Eyes player? Well, someone else asked for the Joey Red Eyes one, so I'm going to make that the next What If starting on Saturday. So keep your eyes out for that. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.